From studios at the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, this is Fourth and State. Dennis Grzezinski says a bill to loosen restrictions on mining in Wisconsin could be a disaster for the environment. He'll tell us why today on Fourth and State. And now we're joined by Dennis Grzezinski of Midwest Environmental Advocates. Dennis, welcome to Fourth and State.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks for being here. I wonder if you could talk a bit about the bill that, by the time our video is posted, likely will have passed the Assembly. Midwest is opposed to the bill. In a nutshell, why?
Well, it's opposed to the bill for both procedural and substantive reasons. We think the way the bill has been prepared is terribly, terribly flawed. Wisconsin's history has been one in which our environmental laws have been drafted, passed, put together in a bipartisan, open manner. This is a bill that was drafted by and for the mining industry to serve the purposes of a single out-of-state corporation. So the way the bill comes to us is totally out of keeping with Wisconsin's history.
On the substance, I know that you've had an issue with such things as the one-year permitting process and the contested case hearing. Let's talk a bit about what that is.
Right.
What's the contested case hearing? Why is that such an issue for the group?
The contested case hearing is an opportunity for the DNR, for citizens, for outside experts to, in a hearing in which witnesses are put under oath and required to swear to tell the truth, to get to the accuracy, solidity, errors, shortcomings in the information that is submitted supporting a mining permit. The reality is that the mining companies, experts and consultants will be dramatically more careful in the reports that they prepare and in the statements that they make if they know that someday down the road they are going to have to sit, swear to tell the truth, and be examined as to how they reached those conclusions and questioned as to the data, faced with other data, and forced to explain. And their work will be better, and the end result and decision-making will be better.
And we should point out that the contested case hearing is one aspect that would not be part of Wisconsin law should the bill pass.
Right. The bill would eliminate the opportunity for anyone ever to question the data under oath, to do anything other than either accept at face value what's submitted or simply consider, here's someone else's view. It provides no opportunity in which people have to explain, and again, explain under the risk of perjury.
Under oath.
Under oath. Why they reached and how they reached the conclusions that they did.
Let's go to the one-year permitting. To the average person who doesn't know anything about mining, you would say, a year? Why can't you get this done in a year? So why can't you get it done in a year? The bill would require it be done in a year, I should point out.
Correct. A whole series of reasons. One is that we're talking, not simply a short application. We're talking a whole series of reports and plans. What is the information about where the ore is? What is the nature of the rock above the ore? Does it contain sulfide minerals that lead to acid drainage? And essentially every time those things are dug up and exposed to the air and water, you get sulfuric acid. The metals in the other rock get dissolved, streams, wetlands, land is destroyed.
So it's a very complicated process. There's a lot of environmental impact statements that have to be done. You have to wait for the company to respond.
Right.
You're just saying that takes longer
It does.
than that.
I mean, the company submits information. Whole ranges of experts have to read it, have to figure out what's missing, what doesn't make sense, what seems to be contradicted. You go back. This bill only allows the DNR at the up front to ask once and say, these are things that we don't see here, we need more before deciding that the application is complete. After that, they have no ability to require more information. They can ask, mining company can give it or not. The time is running, the clock is running. When the year is up, if the DNR doesn't deny it, doesn't approve it, automatically the permit is approved. Why is this a real problem, and why, in one sense, is it sort of a red herring to say by shortening this review time we're getting jobs faster? It doesn't do that because a mine of this scope involving federal protected wetlands and waterways is going to require federal permits. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has already informed the state of Wisconsin when these sorts of timetables were being talked about before this bill ever publicly surfaced, that the Army Corps' permitting process, their environmental review process, takes 1 to 2 years and sometimes longer if it's a complex or large project.
So it'll take longer anyway.
They're going to need to wait for a federal permit. The current system enables the DNR and the Army Corps to work together. A mining application company, the company that wants to mine, needs to submit only one set of reports, one application. The agencies meet together. The mining company needs to meet with, one set of regulators. It's bureaucratically streamlined the way it is now. We're changing it into a TV game show where, when the bell rings,
it's got to be done.
It's got to be done.
So is there any bill that Midwest environmental advocates could support that would allow a mine in northern Wisconsin?
Yes. The current mining laws do a good job of protecting the environment. They provide a straightforward, it's not simple because a complex mine isn't simple, and protecting the environment and people from the results of a mine where a mine ought not to be, or a mine that is not done properly, can be devastating. And anyone can look to lots and lots of mining locations around the country, around the Midwest. Iron mining in Minnesota has destroyed vast acreages of wild rice. It has rendered a huge stretch of the St. Louis River in Minnesota dead to wild rice.
I guess what I'm getting at is, would your group support mining in any form in northern Wisconsin?
Yes. We represent the Bad River tribe. They are not against mining. They are against pollution. And they and we believe that the current mining laws provide proper protections and proper avenues for the mining industry. And indeed, Grzezinski Mining, when they first announced that they were coming to Wisconsin in a very public meeting up in Ashland, proudly informed the local officials and the public that they wanted to come to Wisconsin, and they were happy with our existing laws. They didn't need any changes to our laws. We believe that's still the case. They simply want changes that enable them to do the job quicker and more cheaply and make even more huge profits than they would stand to make otherwise.
Well, Dennis, thanks so much for your time. We'll keep watching this in our newspaper and at JS Online. The bill is likely to pass the Assembly, may have done so by the time we post the video. It will move on then to the state Senate, and we'll see what happens there. Dennis, thanks for being with us.
Dave, it's a pleasure being here. People who want to find more information can certainly go to the Midwest Environmental Advocates website.
And give us that
www.midwestadvocates.org, and there will be lots of things posted there for folks with excruciating detail.
Oh, very good. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Dave. My pleasure.